Hi, I'm Nate with the Strength Builders. Today I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate 5 different seated positions that will improve your mobility. First one I'm going to go into is called Seiza, and Seiza is set up with knees on the ground. The knees are going to be about 2 hip distance apart. We don't want them to go wider than that. We also don't want to be narrower than that. So right about there. Next thing is the shins are going straight back, and we're trying to get those shins as close to the ground as possible by pushing those shins into the ground. Next part is the toes, or the feet, are going to be turned in, and that creates a good stretch across the top of the foot and the toes. Now, with that, we want to go ahead and see if we can sit those hips back to the heels. If we can sit those hips back to the heels, we're getting a big decompression of the thighs, of the hips, of the low back, as well as through the top of the feet. Now, if that position is too difficult to get into, we can add a pad there, all right? If, along the same lines, if we're having trouble getting those shins down, if that is just too tough, we can roll up a towel and put those underneath the shins and just help give yourself some support. We're not trying to force your body in any of these positions. We just want to go ahead and get a good steady stretch. We want to get a good tall spine in this position as well, and through all these positions. And that is one of the big key rules. Do not force yourself into these positions. This should be a gentle time to be in there and just gently, passively work through your mobility. All right. Next one is going to be Samurai. Samurai looks a lot like Seiza. We've got that 2 fist distance apart. The shins are still going straight back. The next thing we're looking to do is we're trying to curl that crease of the toes under. So we're trying to hide that in this position. And again, we're sitting back. If the hips cannot make it to the heels here, that's where we're going to go ahead and add a pad. All right? Now, I've got the toe mobility. If you do not, if your toes are really struggling through this one, and anyone who has a big toe that points in is going to have may have a lot of struggle with this. And one way we can make this a little easier is raising the ground. So if those toes aren't curling under without some pain or a lot of discomfort, make it easier on yourself. Turn the position into here. This is going to be a little bit easier to maintain. Next position we've got is going to be side saddle. And side saddle looks like so. So we're going to get internal rotation with one leg, external rotation with the other. We're trying to keep this leg in, and we want to sit tall. Now, I've got a little bit of a twist to the spine there, and what I'm going to do to help my mobility in these positions is get a little taller, raise the ground up a little more, all right? And that's going to be that maintenance position. Again, tall spine, all right? I'm still getting a stretch through the top of the foot on this one, and through the hips as well. The other side is even more of a struggle for me. And with that, we're going to go ahead and shift over, and you'll see me. Look, this is not ideal. This is not a position that I can maintain very long. This opposite hip is way off the ground. In order to help that, and yes, both sit bones should be pretty well on the ground. I should probably even use another one. So raising that ground up just a little bit higher. And now I'm not grinding through those joints. This is a mobility drill that I can maintain, and I can be in here a couple minutes and I can get the benefit from it. The next position we've got is going to be something we haven't done probably since elementary school, when we seated on the floor and our teacher said crisscross applesauce. All right. You can also go into a lotus in this position. This, and again, my mobility is getting worked on here. My knees are higher than my hips. In this case, again, I'm going to raise the floor. I'm going to get myself the benefit of the doubt and get just a little bit higher. All right. Now, I can work to push the knees down in this position and help work on some of that hip mobility. We tend to be crossed in one direction, not the other. This can be a benefit to go ahead and switch over to the other side. We can also get into that butterfly stretch, and we can get in a good position here as well. all right? So all of these are gonna be long spine, working through one level of hip mobility, one level of foot mobility, as well as helping to decompress that low back. The last one, for some people is very easy, for others is very difficult. Being able to sit tall and long, straight legs. And this is just to unfold everything that we've been folding up in those other positions. And if this is a struggle with it for you and those hips roll down, the proper way to get back into this is to go ahead and go high hips, raise the floor again. So that might be the position you need to be in to go ahead and maintain. And again, we're going to be in here about 2 or 3 minutes each one. When your body's saying, hey, that's enough, you should listen to it. We don't want anything to go numb. We want to go ahead and get through that stretch and then move on to the next one. And I use this 15, 20 minutes a day passively. I'm on my computer, sitting at a coffee table on the ground, and getting into each one of these positions to help maintain or even gain some hip mobility, decompress that lower back, make sure my feet are functioning at a high level. And I have gotten a great benefit from it, and I've had clients who've gotten a great benefit from it.